you can make with it. So yeah, and toys that have food inside, that they spend ages trying to get the food out. It keeps them occupied for a long time, getting their whatever out of the little thing that you've made. So yeah, this afternoon I will be making quite a few of those toys. I've made some already, but I will be making more of them. And then I'll have some examples to show. So yeah,
Okay.
it's fun. Thank you. I'm host again. Excellent. We
Okay.
should have a few people in class today. So I think because our things went up quite late, people had already looked at what they want to do for the week, and ours only went up on Sunday. So we it's been quite a fairly small classes. A lot of live learners come in. So we go with the live learners.
Okay. Also, please click on the record button
Yes, I
and then
will.
I can just start it for you later.
Okay, all right. So I'll click record. Okay, I'll see. Okay, it's ready. It's up and running.
Thank you.
Record is paused. Excellent. And then you can unpause it for me. That's excellent. And we can get trundling shortly. So yeah, we have a variety of interesting things to make today. So hopefully we will have a few participants. Otherwise, I'll be doing it for you and me and the live streamers.
Oh, okay.
So we just take it as it comes these days. We're still taking time to get live learners or to get people from Australia. They're still getting into it. We haven't had much marketing yet, but I think once the marketing takes off, then we will definitely see more and more people coming in from Australia as well and New Zealand. So
Hopefully.
really looking forward to that. So we will just see how we go from there. And yeah, we will take our time. We'll give them a few minutes to come in because people do get their coffee or their tea or their whatever so that they can make and do different things. Where's my extra piece? Oh, there's my extra piece, my joining pieces. Right. I'm not sure whether yet it's up for them to actually bring something to class to make. What we're hoping to do is that for most of my classes anyway, they get asked to bring something to class, and then we actually make something during the class, as well as seeing lots of other ideas. So I'm not sure whether that's up yet or not. Right. So yeah, we even make jewelry out of popsicle sticks and pegs, believe it or not. Make some really beautiful. Aha, here we go. Let me just take the security off. I forgot to take it off. And then we can let Carol in. Hi, Carol. Oh, I like the mask that matches the top. That looks awesome. Very nice to see you having a mask and a top that match each other. How are you today, Carol?
Hi, pretty good. And yourself?
Very well, thank you indeed. Lovely to have you with us. Aha. Are you ready for tomorrow? Have you booked for tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Pets, how to make toys for pets.
What time? I didn't see it.
10 o'clock.
Great, I'll be there. Thank you.
No, yes, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock my time. Same time as this one.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, no, we've got lots of interesting things to make for your cat and things to make for dogs and birds and gerbils and all sorts. So it'll be our first class of Boredom Busters. It's called Boredom Busters for Pets.
I can't wait.
Well, it was thanks to you that the class began because you asked and I loved the idea. So I pitched it and we got it. So I hope that it'll become a nice popular class along the way.
Hopefully.
Oh, I really do hope it will do that. Today we've got Kim with us. So if you have any hassles or that, please just ask Kim. She's great at helping out with any technical things that you might have along the way. We are due to have a few more people in class, but I'm not sure if we're going to wait for them because when you booked for this class, did it ask you to bring some pegs with you or not?
I don't remember.
No,
I do things last minute because I don't like to sign up and then not show. I don't know how your system works, but I don't like to do that anymore.
okay, yeah. No, it doesn't matter because what I'm showing you, you can go and do afterwards anyway. So it's nice and easy to do.
I
I'm
think
going
you
to.
did say that. I remember. I think so.
We are hoping that with most of my classes, I ask you to just bring one thing with you. Like tomorrow, you need for the doggy and kitty cat class, you need a toilet roll
Okay. I
and
can handle that.
some of the little kitty pellets or whatever you give them.
I have one already.
Oh well, there
Yours
you
will be
go.
better than mine, I'm pretty sure. I just took the
Right.
edges and crinkled them and
That's exactly what you do. But have you done it with holes in it as well? Oh, I'm going
The
to show you
idea is to
that
keep
one
her
as well.
busy.
Oh, well, there are lots of ideas tomorrow for that. Plenty of ideas for her tomorrow. And some that are for dogs work just as well for cats. So,
Yeah.
and vice versa. So they will all fit in with each other. Right. Ooh, I'm just going to not share for a second. I've realized I was playing just before the class, and that's better. Now I can share. I was about to share halfway down the class, which is not a good idea at all. Um, right, there we go. Let's start sharing. I'm hoping that it will stay as a full screen in class, but if it doesn't, we'll go to the other way of doing it. My computer is really being otherwise at the moment. All right, so today we're doing me time with pigs and popsicle sticks. There are so many awesome things that we can make for ourselves out of pigs and popsicle sticks. So let's find out. As you know, we learn from each other. I'm not going through this slide with you, as you know me very well. I who I am and what I do. So I'm going to go straight on to what we're doing. I've got one page of children's ideas, and after that, it's all about us. So it's me time. I think it's very, very important for us to take me time. And I know I don't often, but now more and more I'm taking me time because I'm creating the things for class. So although I'm working, I'm having fun. It's kind of not work. I'm creating for me, and then I have to make two. So I've got one that I can use and one that I can show. Otherwise, I spend my time walking through the house collecting all the things that I've made. So we're going to do pegs and we're going to do popsicle sticks, and then we're going to do jewelry. Now, I can imagine you're thinking popsicle sticks or pegs. How on earth do you make jewelry out of that? You make stunning jewelry. So, yeah, but you won't believe what it's made from. So, what do you want to get from today's class, Carol? What would you like to get?
Just what you said. We have a craft group through our Baltimore Department of Aging, and just like what you're doing, she'll say, okay, do something with popsicle sticks, do something with we call them clothespins,
Mm-hmm.
and then we all come back with 5 of us or 6 of us, and we share, and then we usually gab and gab and gab. But so you're helping me with my homework. So
Oh, well.
everything you do is like, I mean, when you got me at that wreath with those
Ah,
clothespins
well,
and
I'm going
jewelry, I
to.
always make jewelry.
Well, let's see what we're doing. And you'll be able to go to class with 10 different things you've made with the different things. So you're going to be really creative with that. All right. So creating isn't just for children. There are so many wonderful things you and I can make as well. What's the problem? Have you got a
No, I'm
problem?
like, no, I'm like, oh my, look at that. It's amazing.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're coming to all of these things. And really, all you need is scissors, glue, or glue stick, some sucker sticks and clothes pegs. Maybe you might need crayons or markers or a bit of paint, depending on, or stain, depending on what you're wanting to do. Also, dye. You can dye your pegs. So, dye is another one you might want. And for the children, maybe a Google Eye or two, or even for something you're doing. So, here are our children ideas. They are so simple and easy to do. For example, if you are going to make, you go out and buy yourself a Magnum ice cream, and you've got your Magnum sticks, which mine are, made my husband eat ice cream so that I could get the Magnum sticks because I like the shape. It makes a wonderful wing for an aeroplane. And then you put your peg in the middle. Carol, keep your microphone on, then you can talk.
Okay, I didn't want to disturb your class. Okay.
No, please don't. You can ooh and ah and do whatever you want in class. All right. So you've got your peg in the middle. You've got
Yeah.
your two sticks, top and bottom. You make a biplane. You take a popsicle stick, which you break to make the end tail. And then you've got your two beads underneath. Let me stop sharing for a second. It makes it bigger for you to see. There we go. There's my plane. And it's just got its popsicle sticks as the wings. And I've put two little beads as my wheels for landing.
Ah,
And you could probably have one at the back as well if you wanted to have a tail landing light as well. But there we go. You've got your plane, and the kids love it. They play with it. They have fun with it. And it's simply made with just the two. So that is a very simple one. You've got your rockets. They love rockets at any time. They love rockets. Toilet roll, top of a deodorant container is what I've used to make my just push that in at the top, and
yeah.
3 pegs at the bottom. My rocket is ready to launch.
Wow.
Plain and simple, easy, but fun. And they can paint it, color it, do as they please. If they want to make a little insect, they can make a
Ah.
dragonfly, two popsicle sticks, and you've got your dragonfly. Off goes your dragonfly. He's able to fly away and have some fun. They can enjoy it. And of course, using your pegs just with a shape on it, and you open and close it, which I'll show you here. I didn't bring that one. That was the one I forgot to bring through with me, is to make just press on the peg and it opens and closes its mouth. And you've got an open and closed mouth that works. Very, very simple, very, very easy. So easy to do, so easy to put together. Where's my little animal gone? Oh, my animal has fallen apart over here. Oh, well. No, I'll put his eyes back on and he's ready to roll. Just a little ball, one of those fuzzy balls on, and you can put your papers inside, and it's a paper peg. So he's a little character of his own. You can make your first jigsaw puzzle for children by putting a picture face down on the table. Put the glue on the back of the picture, put your popsicle sticks next to each other, let it dry, then just slice between the pegs, between the popsicle sticks. You've got a wonderful jigsaw. For older children, they can have their favorite pop star, they can have their favorite actress, and you can make it that they put it together. And they have a lot of fun putting the pieces in the wrong places and laughing at what the person looks like and so on. You can also do structures where you make a structure and see how strong it is and how many things you can put on top of it before it collapses. That's another fun one to do, but that comes into my structures class. There's a lot in there. So there are lots of things to do with that. Right, now your wreath that you had a look at, that you were so oohed over,
Oh, my.
there is your wreath. What you do is you just take a ring, and you get the rings. You get small rings, you get medium-sized rings, you get I think this one's my large ring I've used. No, I've used the medium-sized ring just so that it's easy. You get large rings as well.
Where do you
And
get the
all
rings?
I got them at the what would be your dollar shop. I got them at
Okay.
my little shop that's got everything in it, in the little crafty section. There were the ring.
Okay.
Because I thought, oh, how am I going to make a ring? I didn't have to. They were there, and they were $2, $1 each. So they really are not expensive to make. And then you've got your ring. One thing to remember is, if you're going to make it, get sufficient pegs from the same manufacturer. The reason
Okay.
I say that is some of them are slightly bigger than others. And if you're wanting to make something that's symmetrical and you end up with a peg that's bigger than the others, it then throws everything out. So I go to my hardware store and I buy pegs by the 100. And
Oh.
then I've got my pegs. And then I have a deal with my husband. He takes the middles out of the pegs and I give him a donut. I think I get the better deal. Yeah, you could tease him about that in his class if you go into his class.
Why you take the metal out? Don't you want it to go like this?
Not for, yes, for these I do, but other things we
Oh,
don't.
okay.
So when I don't want my metal, I get him to take it out. These ones, what you do is you've got the big hole and the small hole. So what you do is, let's stop sharing for a second. What you do is you put it through the smaller of the two holes. So now you've got it into your smaller of the two holes. You can see this one is a bigger peg. I've put it on purpose. You can
Yeah.
see it stands out. It doesn't fit in nicely with the others. I would have to put it further up so that it's not holding the same way as the others. And that's not what I want. I want to be able to have them all holding together. And so that's what you do with them. What you can do is you can either paint them or you can dye them, putting them into dye for a short time. Probably overnight is best. And then you've got red ones and blue ones and pink ones and green ones. Or you can get this the tape that you buy at the where's my little tape gone now? Well, I've got one that's ready done anyway. There's the tape underneath. Got so many things here. It's I got it at the stationery shop in the crafty section. You get all sorts, and that is almost the size of your peg. And you stick it on the peg, and then all you do is trim the peg, and your peg looks really attractive. So you trim your peg and then away you go. You trim it on the side of the peg, and you're done. So that is very useful as well. So there are lots of ways, and then you can put anything you want on it. You've got 4th of July coming up, and there's a 4th of July one there, and that is just so gorgeous, done with white pegs, red pegs, blue pegs, and a few little stick-on stars. You've got a beautiful wreath there, which you've made from your pegs. You can put shells on your pegs. You can put your pegs on a mirror. You can just put them around the mirror. They also look stunning on that. So there are so many ways you can do your pegs. You can also get the wreaths. This big one with the shells on it is actually a florist wreath. You can buy florist wreaths online, and then that's got 2 or 3 sets where you can put your pegs in. But if you're only going to have one set, this is perfect. Just one ring does it absolutely beautifully. You can hook it on, hang it up, and it looks stunning. You can also make a wreath that you would put on your table to put food on, but we'll talk more about those just now. The one that I've done with peg, single bits of peg, and some beads in between. So there are lots of nice ideas there to do with wreaths. All right, now you've got your lights. Now, lights are awesome. I haven't finished making my lights yet. They are still in progress, but they are starting to look really nice. And the top and bottom, I've used big lids from bottle, tablet type bottles where you get the decent size lid on them. Um, that sort of
Oh,
size lid. And I've used that as the base for them. And so they've got that top and bottom, but you could use wood, you could use anything. And so anything that's the right size that fits on very nicely. Could even be a tin can lid you could use as your
what?
top and bottom.
How do you light them up though to be
Well,
safe?
you can put wire in, but what I do is you can get them online, these
Oh,
press touch ones.
right.
So you just put your finger in and press on it, and now suddenly you've got a light. I don't want to shine it in your eye, and then you can just press it off when you are finished using it.
The tea
But you
lights probably don't give you enough light. Do you have those tiny little ones?
Yes, those tiny tea lights. Yes, they do. They'll give you
Okay.
just a pretty ambience light. They won't give you a light. But this, you can either take the lid off and pop your finger in and just turn it on, or put your finger through the side, anything, and just click it on and it will work. You can make square ones, round ones, ones that look like stars. So there's so many different designs. And then you can also take your rings, your small ring, your medium ring, your large ring, and attach your pegs to the first ring, attach your pegs to the second ring, and then glue them to the first ring. And then, so you build up, you actually build from the bottom upwards, and then you would glue them on very carefully and let them stand and hold them. So that can make a hanging light frame as well. So you've got lots of ideas here with your lights and your frames and things to do. Right, so let's have a look at some popsicle sticks idea. We've done some peg ideas. Now we're going to have a look at popsicle. I mix and match because we get a bit bored doing one at a time. Now, I'm still creating this one. Let me, in fact, I'm going to stop sharing and show you some things, and then we'll come back to sharing again. Right, this I have made to hang my plants on, but it can be a bird feeder, it can be a few things. All you do is take your pegs and put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 flat down, then 2 on top. And I do 2 rows, I glue them, leave them for about 10 minutes. Then do the next 2 rows, leave them. Next 2 rows, leave them. So I usually sort of have 2 projects going where while this one's drying, I'm working on that one. And so they're 2 different things being created. You can have these without a base where the flowers hang through, or you can actually put a base in and stand the pot. If the pot is a little small, it can stand on it. And then you hang it up. You can do macrame and hang up your pots, or it can be a bird feeder. It can be all sorts of things. So you can, and then if it's outdoors, just paint it with some varnish to keep it so that it doesn't collapse and disintegrate into nothing. The second one that we've got on that page is, so just moving those out of the way, we've got this one that is built with popsicle sticks, just with a bead in between. It's in progress. It's not finished yet. That's why there's tape around it.
Looks finished
Because
to me.
I've still got to do the final gluing, and then it'll be ready. But it's a lovely little container, and all I've used at the bottom is a large lid from a container. Anything that's got large lids, I grab the large lids very, very quickly from anybody because it works so well. The third one is also in progress, where you've got your popsicle sticks joined together. I start with 3 popsicle sticks first. I glue 3 together and I hold them at the bottom with a peg till they're dry.
Uh-huh.
Then I do another 3 and another 3 and another 3. Then I start adding them together. I go in threes. I find to try and do the whole thing in one wasn't working. It didn't hold as well. So I rather do it in small lots. And I also next time would not put the baby beads in until I'm finished. When the
Really?
top is finished, then you put, because to try and get them in the exact spot so that they go in a circle is not easy. So as long as your big one is in, it's easy to slot the little ones in. Just put some glue on them and just push them into place. Then they fit better. So these are things I'm learning as I go along. So it's definitely a work in progress. So we are progressing along with our work as we go. We also have ones where you start with just 4 popsicle sticks at the bottom and you build up. It's turned upside down now, this one, but when you start with 4 popsicle sticks at the bottom. And then you place the next ones and you just keep going round and you just put them slightly further out each time and it grows. And you can also make mirrors or clocks with them. And you can make a thing to hang your earrings on just with popsicle sticks as well. So there are all sorts of things that you can create with that. So that is really nice to be able to do that, to be able to create just popsicle sticks going across and a popsicle stick holding 3 popsicle sticks on their ends with popsicle sticks going the other way. That then makes, and you can bring it and then you just stand it up and you can hang all of your earrings both back and front. Very useful way of hanging up your earrings. I still use my cheese grater. That to me is my better one. You use an old cheese grater and you paint it and then you just hook them into the hooks of the cheese grater. Works like a dream.
Okay.
You'll see that in the upcycling class. If you come into the upcycling class, mementos, upcycling mementos. I think I've got it this week, maybe Friday. But you can see whether it's there. No, I think it's gardening this week, mementos next week. I'm not sure. We're not sure of next week. Right now, when you've got friends and you've got your serviettes on the table and the serviettes fall all over the place, they don't have to. There are your serviettes in a serviette holder. You have 2 half moons that you, oh, whoopsie, this has decided to jump. So let me just stop sharing for a minute. I know what I'm doing. Now, what you do is you join your pegs face to face. That's why you need the 2 flat ends together, not
Wait,
the
you took
bumpy
those
ends.
apart. Those are the ones
Yes,
you oh my God, look
that's
how
it.
beautiful.
You take it apart and it makes that. So now I've taken 2 pieces of peg. Let me grab my 2 pieces of peg. And instead of being together like that, which is what you normally have, you turn them the opposite way. And they are now flat together. And you glue a whole lot of those together like that. I've got a box of them that I've now glued together and I can use them for all sorts of things. So you can make those and have them ready. Once they are ready, you then join them just at the bottom. The bottom piece of them joins. You just join them at the bottom, not at the top, just on that bottom piece. You join them together and they automatically make a circle. So as long as you just put them next to each other, they form a circle. And so you do half a circle. Here's my half a circle. Half a circle has been made. So you've now got half a circle. And so you've got your beautiful half circle there. You do 2 half circles and then you put 3 flat pegs at the bottom and attach them to the flat pegs. Now I've got my serviettes in a serviette holder. And you can make that for a friend and give it to her as a present in a color that she has in her lounge or her dining room or her patio or whatever. You've then got it, and you can put the serviettes according to whatever you are doing. They then go inside and they're held. They don't blow away in the wind. You don't have a hassle of that having to put something on the serviettes so they don't fly away. They are in their own little holder.
Have you heard of Wish by any chance?
Yes.
Wish.com? I wonder if they would have them taken apart like you use them versus I have to find a husband to take them apart for me.
Look, I took my own ones apart. I would sit while I'm watching a class and just take them off because you want the middle. You'll see why you want the middle just now. You need that middle for just now. I will
Okay.
show you what we're going to do with the middle. So we've still got work to do on the middle. Right. Now, let's share our screen. Okay, then we can also do other ones. We can make them where you put them top to toe.
Oh,
So
wow.
you
Look
put
how
them
beautiful.
round, and then in between them, what I did first was I actually put these ones together with these ones before I made my circle. So you glue them at the fat part of the circle you glue them at that part. You glue them at the fat part. And so you glue them at the fat part, and you are able, they then and you put them together, and you end up with this very attractive looking shape like this. And you can put a candle on top, you can put a tea candle on top, you can put a vase of flowers on top, you can put anything on top and make it into something special. So then you've got this beautiful thing that you can show or use. You can also use just seeing what the other ones. Oh, yes, my table. Aha. You can use your pegs singly like that. Now, I haven't joined them together. I've just used them one peg, one peg, one peg against each other. So it's back to front, as if they are marching like little soldiers. And it again makes a circle.
Do you have to do it like you did before, like a few at a time, let it
I
dry?
do. I do. I do a few at a time and let them dry and then join it all together. I just find that glues better. And then you know where you're going. But I don't only do 3, I maybe do 5 or 6 and then leave it, and 5 or 6 and then leave it and then put it together. Then if you want to make it into a table, you put some little legs on it. You use those and it makes a leg. So now you've got some legs on your table, then you just glue those on, let them dry. And you've got a little table so you can put your plate of cookies on the top and have the teacups round the outside.
Do you use hot glue or you don't find it works with the wood?
I do find the hot glue works with it. My glue gun does work. Because I work a lot with children, I often use the other glue because
Right.
it's just easier, it's available. But when they're not around, then out comes my glue gun and I glue it. But sometimes I do find the glue gun ones, they are a little flimsy compared to the ones
Really?
that have, yeah, but I think I was using the wrong glue. I think I was using not too hot glue or something. So I've changed my glue and it seems to be working. But that's what I have created with that. Very, very simple, very easy, so effective. I can paint it the color I want, make it into whatever I want. So that is another idea for you. So there are so many really beautiful ideas that you can use. The last idea, which for me I think is the most beautiful, is to take, again, working with a circle, you work with 2 circles. You go just more than a circle, and then all you do is turn the pegs the other way
Oh my God.
when you want to swap over. You turn the pegs the other way when you want to swap over, and you make an S, or you can make, I've only done it as an S because I want to show you, but you can make it longer if you like. So it can have your teapot and your whatever hot things on it in the center of a table. So attractive. paint it the colors you want, or just varnish it, you've got a really beautiful thing for people to look at. So another lovely idea using your pigs. Right. So are you inspired?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Right. Now we're going to share my screen again and continue. So let's look and see what other ideas we can come up with. We were there already. So now, centers of your pegs. What do you do with the center of your peg? You have great fun with the center of your peg. You are able to make the most awesome jewelry. All you do is join them together. Now, to join them together, have I got two? Don't think I've got two lying here. Oh, there we are. There are two. Now, all you do, take this one apart for a moment. There are two peg. No, forget this one for a game of Skittles. Let's go to stop sharing. You can see me better. You've got two. Now, this is where you're going to put this end of the other one goes inside the first one. So you put it inside and inside. Now, at first it seems to stick out. All you've got to do is wobble it a little and persuade it that it goes in. Some go in straight away. Some of them are just a bit painful and don't want to go in straight away. This particular one is playing up nicely at the moment. Let me grab two more.
Do you use your bead tools? Would that help you?
Yes, you can. You can certainly do that. But they slip into each other quite comfortably if you find two that are playing the game. Every now and again, you find one that doesn't want to play the game. There we are. Mine have played the game this time. Those two just went in straight away. Now I've got two joined together. With two joined together, you can now make a circle as big as your hand, and your hand can go into it. You've now got a bracelet.
Wow.
You can then take ribbon and thread the ribbon through, and now you've got a multicolor bracelet of whatever color you are wearing for the day. I'll show you the picture of it now. You can also put some beads onto it. Now I put the beads on the side of it. I've taken them in through the top of taken them in through this top here and just threaded them round. So I've got two beads on this side, two beads on this side. I've now got my bracelet. I have a lovely bracelet made out of the different things. Right. You can also add these hanging down so that they go here. You do need your tool to help you get them to go round, because you kind of straighten it, let it in, and then push it back into place. And all I've done is added some beads to it. And now I've got a bracelet. Put my bracelet on. I have a bracelet.
Oh my God.
Made out of the middles of your pegs. So your middles of your pegs are really useful. You can make shapes for stars, Christmas stars, anything like that. You could put red and green little beads onto it, turn them into Christmas stars. You can make something to go in somebody's hair by putting a big, I got a series of these, all different shapes and sizes, and then you can just make it so it's a clip to go in the hair, to go at the back of a ponytail, something like that. And then you can take an individual one and just hang a bead or charm onto it and put it onto a necklace. Add it to a silver necklace, add it to a thong, and you've got something really special. So your jewelry can really, now you understand why you need the center of your peg. It works wonders. You can make some of the most amazing jewelry with it. Because my thought was, when I took them all apart, I thought, what am I going to do with these? I don't want to throw them away. There has to be a use. So I went onto Pinterest, I went onto Google, and up came a myriad of ideas. And I started to make from that. So it all fits together. And I've now on my Pinterest page, I've got a page for my pegs and popsicle sticks and a page for my all the different things so that it's easy to be able to find them and be able to use them. So for me, it's really great. So here are some other ideas. You can make a car key holder, a key holder. You can make a single necklace. You can make the sky's the limit what you can do with these. And you can add them. You can add beads, one this side, one that side, one this side, one that side. There's just so many things you can do.
Oh, I have
You can make earrings.
I had those beads, the red beads.
You do? Great.
Well, they're blue.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So now you know what you can do
Yes.
using the center of your pegs.
Especially when you're doing your laundry and you break a few,
Uh-huh.
oh, now I'm going to try and find those.
Uh-huh. Well, as I say, I bought a couple of hundred and I've been having great fun. But what you can do is while you're watching something, even if you're watching an animal program or anything, you can just sit and pull your pegs apart. It's very easy. It's just something that doesn't need any brain power, and you can just pull them apart. And I use my milk bottles. I make a hole in the milk bottle like that.
Yeah.
And then I keep all my pegs in the one, and my pegs that I've stuck one way or stuck the other way in another one. And I just stack them up. And I can just pull out the one I want at the time because it's got a handle. You just pull out the handle and you've got what you want. So you can really store your things very comfortably without having to go out and buy fancy things to put them in. Milk bottles are the absolute best. If you've got bigger ones, if you want something for holding bigger things, then obviously your 5-liter containers are great. But milk bottles, 5-liter containers, any of those really work well. So you just cut a hole and away you go. I use a bit of sandpaper to go around the hole just so that it's not sharp. And then I'm very happy with what I'm doing. Right. Now, other things to do with popsicle sticks. We're going back to popsicle sticks. If you want to bend a popsicle stick, you soak it for 20 minutes and it becomes malleable and it's easy to bend. And I put it inside a glass in the size of the top of the glass that I want for the size, and then let it dry out. It dries out, and now suddenly you've got this dried out thing. It's ready to go, ready to rock and roll. And you can then add things to it, makes a lovely bracelet, and it just stays in the shape that you require. You can put popsicle sticks that you've painted different colors. You can hang onto a piece of net curtain. And then it makes your net curtain look different. You go up and down. You can make it into a really beautiful design on a window. If you don't want the complete window showing, you can do it like that. You can also make a clock. You can make a lamp. And the lamp is made with the centers of when you do cross stitch, those are cross stitch circles that you hold your cross stitch on. You use those to make your shape of your peg, and then you just come down piece by piece by piece by piece. And it's as simple as that. Down it comes and you are there. You can also make a table with your popsicle sticks. Just make it octagonal or even 8, 10. And you just keep going round and round and round and round. And you can paint them different colors. That one happens to be black and white. And then you put a piece of wood on top. You can ask somebody to cut it for you, or you can have a piece of glass on top. You can have anything on top of that. You've now got a table. It can be a big table, a small table. It's up to you. Earlier, you saw how we put four popsicle sticks and then 4 on the corners, and you went round. you can use it as a planter as well.
Mm.
So they're all very easy, simple things that you can use. A few other ideas for you are simple ways of making a hanger for your earrings that you're busy making, just popsicle sticks in a triangle and then popsicle sticks across and away you go.
That's awesome.
You can make a popsicle stick box with a bead or button on the top, and that flower is made out of toilet rolls. You can make a lamp holder where you just use triangles and put your tea candle inside. It just makes your tea candle look a lot nicer than just a tea candle. And so you just put that around it. It looks so attractive, and your tea candle is there. But it's not looking as it's looking different. You can make one of those wonderful hanging twirlies. It's just how you put them together. Just slowly you put them slightly off center all the way around. You just keep building off center, and it works. I do it in small goes. I'm still building mine. It's not quite ready yet. I am not going to talk about the wall hanging yet because that comes later. Now, just a few fun ideas. You're going somewhere and you might feel a little bit peckish along the way. So what am I going to do if I feel peckish? I can put this into my handbag. I've got my dried fruit on this side. Let me go on to stop sharing. I've got my dried fruit on this side. I've got a few snacks on that side. And all I've done is taken my pig, put a face on, put some of that nice shiny stuff on, and I've got a butterfly, and I can take my butterfly out wherever I am and munch my little snacks. And people are so interested in the butterfly, they're not worried that you're eating snacks. But it's such a fun way of doing it. I have a few in my office, and at night if I'm feeling, because sometimes I feel like this and sometimes I feel like, because I work till 11 at night, I teach till 11 o'clock at night. And sometimes between classes, and I've only got 5 minutes between my classes, I feel, oh, I just love a chip, or I would just love a little biscuit, or I've got my butterflies and I can go into whichever butterfly, and it's much nicer than having packets lined up there. I've just got what I need for the night or for 2 nights or so. So I've got a variety of little butterflies. Now, one of the ones, I'm not sure why it's not on there, I must actually bring it. If you have earphones and your earphones get tangled all the time and you're looking for them and they're tangled up, and by the time you finish untangling them, you've missed half of what you wanted to listen to. Take yourself 2 pegs, put your 2 pegs top to toe. Just grab myself 2 pegs here. 2 pegs, one with the open end there, the other one with the open end at the bottom. Stick them together, put some pretty on the sides, and then you put the ear part. There's my ear part, is in the first one. I can open it and take it out, and then I just unwind going round, and the other end I stick in over here. And again, I can just open it and I can start to unwind very quickly. I've got my earphones, and then I can hang my earphones up anywhere I want, and they're there ready for me when I want them, and they're not all tangled and in the way. I can also have earphones next to my chair in the lounge. I can have earphones in my office, and then I just know I look for the pretty, there my earphones are, I've got them. I'm not looking for them, finding they've landed on the floor and the dogs decided to chew them or some such. So I have a dog with a fetish for socks. You can't leave a sock on the floor ever. If you want your socks, they stay up high, nowhere near his nose, as they're gone. But yeah, so those are just some of the fun ideas. Let's have a look at the last few of the fun ideas. You can take a plate, paint it with blackboard paint, and then you can write messages. That one, you stick the pegs on the back of the peg on so that the front of the peg can take a picture. So you stick the back on, you can click on it and pop in your picture. A lovely thing if you've got a friend coming over for tea, you can cut a few flowers, just peg them together. And then if you take a little glass and put a little glass nearby with some water in it, they can then put them in water until they go home. But they've then got a few flowers they can take home. And what a pretty way of serving up or having it at your tea table or your dinner table. You can also put string across old frames, and then using the little baby pegs, you can peg them up. The big pegs I find are a little big, but those little baby pegs work wonders, and you can peg them up. You can make shapes with an old coat hanger. You can make it into any shape you want, and you can make it into a name, a letter, anything, and just put the pegs on it, and you've got something fun. So those are just a few extra ideas that you've got. So hopefully, now this one I give you how to do this. You get it in your emails. Very, very simple. There's mine. I do suggest you draw the shape first, just so that you've got it, because if your eye isn't quite straight, you're going to end up with one that's not quite even. But you just keep going as deep as you want. So if you want a very deep one, you add more. If you don't want one that's so deep, then you have less. And then you can put something into it. I'll just stand the glass on here for the moment. And that's against the wall. So you can have something in it. And you can make ones going all the way up that are the same and put different things, put plants, put candles. It makes a wonderful display. Or you can take one of these out and make it go outwards and make it go down, so you can change the shape of it. So it doesn't have to only stay like this. It can change into other shapes as well. And it is really, as I said before, I do 2 rounds at a time, let them dry for 10 minutes, next 2 rounds, and then let them dry overnight before I pick it up and start fiddling with it and playing with it. But not difficult to put together at all, but what a lovely craft thing to do. So you've got lots and lots of ideas.
Yeah.
So Kim, I hope you also got some ideas while you were there listening to us.
I'm just shocked and overwhelmed that you can actually make things out of those materials.
And most people don't think. They just don't think that that's possible. And yet there is so much you can put together and so many things that you can make. So, if you want to get your recording, you can certainly do so, Carol. And there are class notes will come today, which will tell you some of what we're doing. Some other classes, they don't necessarily relate yet. They're hoping to make us have classes that we can choose that actually relate to what we're doing, because sometimes there aren't any that relate to what we're doing. And you also get a feedback. So you can do a feedback on if you found anything interesting. And if there's anybody else that would like to come and join us in our class, please feel free. And if you would like to host, you've done a hosting, haven't you? Not? Okay. But you can come and co-host with me on Toys for Animals. I'll happily have you co-hosting with me on that. So if you can book yourself your extra classes and your next things you want to do. There's also a thing they're doing now, Carol, where you can type our name in and then it shows you the classes. But unfortunately, at the moment, the Australian classes only go up on Sunday morning for you for the next week. We've been asking them to put them up 2 weeks ahead, but not yet. They will come. But at the moment, it's only at the beginning of the week for the week. that you are able to see the classes. But it's all in the process. We know that it's coming, so we're very excited. We'll be able to have that as well. So they really are. Get Set Up are working at an incredible pace to make everything really good for you and for us. So really, they're amazing doing that. So right, that's it. You've had some ideas. Are you going to have a good class with your crafty people?
Yeah, that you're going to help me with that. Definitely, I'm going to use one of the ideas.
Excellent. Only one?
Well, we only do one thing a week. So,
Oh, okay.
but there's
So,
3 things I wanted to do. The napkin holder, and then you have one. Like things I was going to buy, I'm like, no, because I saved all my popsicle sticks from last summer.
good,
And I'll do
good,
the
good,
earrings
good.
when they break, the pegs break.
Yes, definitely, definitely
I
make
think
your
I'm gonna make some
earrings.
shelves right here.
Uh-huh.
Shelves that
Uh-huh.
you just showed.
Yes, nice. And you can put things on those shelves. They're strong. They hold very nicely. So, and you can always check whether they're going to be strong because you can fiddle with them a bit. And as long as they don't start looking as if they're going to come apart, they're pretty strong. They'll hold whatever we
Do you
want.
use the wood glue or just regular Elmer's
I
glue?
use I use the regular glue that says useful for wood.
Okay.
I this one's nearly finished. I've got Tarzan
Ah.
grip. It's just one of those tubes of glue, but it said for wood as well. As long as it says for wood, it'll work. So if you've got the wood one, then you'll be away with what you're doing. And if you find a source of glue where it's not too expensive, buy, because you do go through glue. But your glue stick will also work to do it as well. So
Glue stick?
yeah, your
The ones where you go like this?
the hot glue. No, your hot glue.
Oh, phew.
Yeah, no. Those other things don't hold anything
Right.
at all. They don't even hold paper.
I know. I
Sorry.
know.
They are not of any use whatsoever. But yes, no, so I really hope you've had fun and been able to make something really nice. I look forward to seeing you in my next class.
Tomorrow, the pet one.
Oh, yes. I would be very upset if you weren't there
I
because you were the
know.
one who inspired it.
I'm glad I came tonight.
Yeah, so you will be here tomorrow night and do the pets.
Thank
Have
you.
fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. Bye.